Razorback fans, Forest City Joe here again with another video that I hope you guys will listen to and subscribe to. I want to thank the people who have subscribed to the channels lately, and I hope my subscriptions keep going up. I mean, I would love to keep bringing you this content not only throughout the football season but into the basketball season and everything. But the LSU game that's coming up, that's going to be the topic of conversation. But I'm going to wrap up this past weekend. Of course, I know by now most of you have heard my instant video right after the game the other night, where I was just absolutely just so mad, so angry about losing that football game, the Hogs losing to BYU. And I'm sure that our players and our coaches are just as angry about it. But bottom line is, lost a football game that you should have won. Here are some issues before I get into LSU I want to go over them. Isaiah Satinga. I touched on him briefly the other night. I'm going to do it again today. And I'm going to say this. When you've got a player that's that explosive and that much of a game changer, he reminds me of people like Joe Adams that Bob Petrino had sense enough to use. Folks, what I'm saying is what frustrates the heck out of me about that situation is this young man was committed to Oregon. Arkansas did everything, fought hard to get him to change his mind and become a Razorback. They get him up there on campus. He's been there 2 years now, if I'm not mistaken. And he's got almost no playing time at wide receiver. This special team stuff is fine. Outstanding move, getting him on special teams so he can get the ball in his hand and all that. But it's not like he's touching the ball enough in these games. He needs to be in the rotation at wide receiver. He needs to be used on some of those screens and reverses and quick slants and stuff like that, in deep patterns because of his speed. But we're not seeing that. I mean, with all due respect to the current receivers that we have, Satinga may be the one that can get the most separation, because I'm sorry, but Isaac Tesla is not getting much separation right now. He and Armstrong have played well, at least both of them. And Jaden Wilson, he's done a good job, but I mean, I've seen some big time drops there that you can't have at key times in games. But my point is, not to put any other players down, is that you got to get Satinga on the field and you got to get the ball in his hands. Because the little bit we've seen of him, he looks like he could be a big time playmaker. So I'm looking for that to happen in this LSU game. At least I hope it happens coming up. Then when you go to the offensive line, Emarion Harris started that bowl game, that Liberty Bowl game against Kansas, and played, from what I saw, pretty well. And we hadn't seen much of all of him this year. We brought in the young man from Florida to help out on the interior of the offensive line. And it just ain't happening, folks. He's not moving anybody. I mean, I would like to give Harris a shot at that job. People talk about Chamblee and the young kid out of Memphis, Scooters. In my opinion, so far, I mean, they've had their share of getting whooped and getting beat by speed rushers and stuff. At least Cooters has. I think Chamblee has actually played pretty well in that area. And we keep hearing about we got to get Devin Manuel back because Chamblee needs, more time. What has Devin Manuel ever done? Every year he's been here, he's either been overweight or hurt. I'm not criticizing the young man, but that's a fact. So we can't count on that. Either you give Harris a shot inside, or maybe move him out and try him at that right tackle spot. to try to shore that up. Both Harris and Chamblee was 4-star offensive linemen who had offers from all over the country when they came out. I know they can play. Well, people going to say, well, but you don't know they can play at this level. Can they not play at this level? Or they just flat out not developed enough or being coached enough to play at this level? I mean, even if you're young, Ole Miss had 2 starting, I think, freshman tackles last year, and so did LSU. And look how they developed those young men. So you got to develop guys when you get them, and you got to use them in the right way. Now, some people say part of the line problem could be they're running a new offense and they're used to, blocking for this speed attack, this spread offense. Look, here's the bottom line. Sam Bimmer made a decision when Kendall Browse left that he was going to go out and get Enos. There were plenty of other guys that run the spread offense, coordinators, even if they may have been from smaller schools or something, that Sam could have went got. So if that's the problem, that's on the head coach. I'm sorry, but it is. Which brings me to my next thing. I'm hearing Sam has deleted his Twitter. Let me say this first of all. Anybody that's going to Twitter, Razorback fans I'm talking about, and you know who you are, attacking our players' parents, our coaches, you need to stop it right now. Stop it. All you're doing by doing it, first of all, is wrong, but then you're hurting recruiting by going there and carrying on like that. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, so cut it out. You have a right to your opinions. You can get on there, express them in a respectful way about the games, not about anyone's personal life. Stay out of folks' personal life, coaches, players, parents, whoever. I've never done that. In all my years of following the Razorbacks, I've never got into a guy's personal life, anybody's personal life. That's ridiculous. So, cut it out. Now, another thing I wanted to mention was Sam getting mad and deleting his Twitter. That's not, in my opinion, that's not good. You need to keep your Twitter up, if nothing else for recruiting sake. Just getting mad and flying off the handle and saying, I'll just close it down or deactivate it or whatever. You can't let folks get to you like that. I know people get tired of it, because I get tired of it. I've always said, Razorback fans, do not go down that road of attacking people personally, or coaches, players, or players' families on Twitter. Makes no sense. And it's wrong. Now, to the LSU game, I've been asked during the week by, of course, the people, my family and the people I associate with, well, what can Arkansas do to win the football game? And I did get a reply from one person, not in my family, but one person that I know real well, that said the only thing Arkansas can do to win the football game is hope LSU doesn't show up for the game. I disagree. This team can win if they go out and play well. That's what they got to do. Play well and don't beat themselves. Go out, no flags. One of the most disturbing things I heard from Sam is, we have 14 penalties, we want to cut them in half. No, we don't. We want to stop the penalties, period. We don't want any penalties. Now, are we going to get some? Yes. But don't ever give a player the thing that some penalties are okay as long as we don't get too many of them. No. No penalty is ever okay. Sam has been saying a lot of stuff lately that I've been wondering about. He says that he wanted to get A.J. Green. He's disappointed he didn't get but 9 carries the other night. He's the head coach. coach. He's not a bystander. He's the head coach. If he see AJ is producing and whoever, whether it be the running backs coach or whatever, wants to take him out and substitute him anyway, all Sam has to say is no. As long as he's, picking up yards and the best I got, let's ride with him, and then if he needs a blow, we put somebody else in. I tell you, some of the stuff Sam says is it's mind-boggling. Just mind-boggling. But the bottom line is, as mind-boggling as it is, I mean, that's what he's doing. The time is up for that. To win this game, we got to play well in every area. We can't have any 10-yard punts, any 28-yard punts. And I hope we're having a punt competition, because we can't have this. Those 2 punts killed the Hogs the other night, along with the bad decision making. And that's what's going to win or lose this game, in my opinion. If Sam makes the same bad decisions that he made the other night, and it gets to 3rd or 4th and short, and he does it again, going into a shotgun, with the quarterback 5 yards back and the running back 7 yards back and getting hit in the backfield, then that's on him. All I want him and his staff to do is give our players the best chance to win and not get in the way of winning. Anyway, hope you guys enjoy the game. I'm rooting for the Hogs. And hopefully we can go in there. Arkansas should never be a 17-point underdog. That's the total lack of respect for the program. But the only thing we can do is go in there and play our best. If we play our best and lose, I can live with it. Thank you, Hog fans. See you on the next video.